Welcome, welcome, welcome to the SAS Viya Release Highlight Show. I'm your host, Anna Brown, Online Community Manager with SAS, and today's show will highlight, just as the name suggests, the latest release updates of SAS Viya. We'll be focusing on the January 2020 release updates. That's 2020.1.2 for anyone at home keeping track of version numbers. And we'll talk about things like voice analytics. What's that you say? Voice is one of the fastest growing data types out there. So it's no wonder that voice analytics is hot, hot, hot. We'll get a peek into some speech-to-text capabilities in SAS Visual Text Analytics. We'll also get to see some new collaboration enhancements within the SAS Visual Data Mining and Machine Learning product. And we'll also get a feel for some performance monitoring reports within SAS Model Manager. So lots of goodies to get into. Stick around for the second half of the show because I get to chat directly with Jeremy Chen, who's a product manager for decisioning products here at SAS. And we're going to talk about how we're making it easier for SAS to integrate with the Microsoft Power Platform. So that's going to be a super interesting discussion. You don't want to miss it. Without further ado, I introduce the rundown.
Hello. This month, we have two new features which enhance our speech-to-text capabilities. These are part of our visual machine learning offering. Customer service departments, as well as some specialized agencies such as law enforcement, will benefit from these features. The first is a programming action to identify speakers in an audio file. This outputs speaker IDs as well as segments within the file containing the speech associated with each speaker ID. The second feature provides you a transcript of speech contained in the file. You can then analyze this transcript further using applications like Visual Text Analytics to uncover patterns.
Hey everyone, it's Brett here, and I'm going to show you a handful of new features in the latest release of SAS Visual Data Mining and Machine Learning version 2020.1.2. You'll see some new capabilities in Model Studio, including a way to quickly see which projects are shared and who they're shared with, enhanced project sharing that allows multiple people to work on a project at the same time, an indication of when global metadata was used to set the attributes for variables in a project, and direct access to node help from the nodes panel. So you don't have to add a node to a pipeline to get to this information anymore. And then from a programming perspective, we have a new action for Gaussian process classification, a probabilistic modeling algorithm that does soft classification to provide a level of confidence for predictions.
Hi, I'm Diana with SAS Model Manager. We've got some great new capabilities that were released in January. Let's start with the new out-of-the-box performance monitoring reports that support prediction models. So you may recall that we had 9 out-of-the-box performance monitoring reports for binary classification models. Well, we've now added 5 new plots for prediction for interval. One is the mean for predicted interval target, the next is standard deviation, and then to help you identify if your model is starting to change over time, we've added in the number of observations that are exceeding the 25th, 50th, and 75th percentile. Now it's really easy to go ahead and add in custom models from VA. Go ahead, take that data that you're looking for, incorporate it as an embedded web component using the VA SDK. If you go into Model Manager, you'll notice that we have a new capability where you can do an edit layout. This gives you a chance to go ahead and add in those new custom plots. Just drop in the code directly there, copy it, move the tables around, unselect, select, modify things as needed, and then just simply hit save. You'll notice that the performance monitoring reports come up, and if you go down and scroll, you'll see the updated FCI plot that we've put in. Now, Workflow Manager, we're also making some great enhancements there to make it a lot easier for customers to leverage. One of the nice enhancements that's coming in January is the idea of compact nodes. If you look at the original screen, you see these big standard nodes take up a little bit too much space, so we've gone ahead and created those compact nodes. Finally, a nice customization that came from the VA team is the ability to go ahead and select the repository. This is going to be coming from Model Studio as well. It's a great example of how we work very closely with all of our other tools to try and make sure that we integrate well. Thanks so much for watching. Looking forward to all the enhanced updates that come in February.
So cool. Sundaresh, Brett, Diana, you've done it again. Thanks for sharing the coolest enhancements of SAS Viya. It seems like there's a lot of usability enhancements, greater flexibility, and other workflow integrations we can check out there with VA and SAS Model Manager. Super cool stuff. So viewers out there, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, be sure to check the description box below for more information on each of these products and more to see what's new with SAS Viya. So it doesn't stop here at the show. Now, I get to speak with our special guest today in the section of the show we call Release Talk. And I'm joined by Jeremy Chen, SAS Product Manager of the Decisioning Products with SAS. Welcome, Jeremy. I think that you might be muted, Jeremy.
Thank you, Anna. Sorry about that.
Of
Great to be
course.
here.
Hey, it wouldn't be a live show without something like that. So listen, what are you going to show us today? Something about an integration with Microsoft Power Platform?
Yes, I want to show something that we probably have never really demoed before. This is a new development between us and Microsoft Power Platform. And we can talk more after we show the demo. Yeah, because there's so many interesting things we can do with this new feature.
Great. Well, let's see that demo.
We'll start our demo with a very nice mobile app. This mobile app is a shopping app, just like many of the apps you've had on your iPhone or your Android phones, right? Our app is for shopping specifically at a retailer called Patico. This is a fashion retailer, and they have a whole bunch of pretty nice stuff. So as a shopper, I shop there often, and sometimes if I don't like what I bought, I return them. So here, today, I have a need to return a t-shirt. I just find that it's a little too small. So if I go to my order, I see all the things I bought in the past, and I want to return this particular t-shirt. Okay, so I'm going to see, okay, that's what I bought. I'm going to return it. So I'm just going to send in a return request. Usually I get a response right away, but let me tell them why I'm returning this. Too small. Okay, and let's see. Oh, not a good sign. It's asking me to call this number. This usually means that there's a problem with this return request. So what's happening? Well, let's find out. As a shopper, this is what I use. But at SAS, I'm also someone who works on SAS decisioning platform. So this app just actually interacted with SAS decisioning. And this decision, the decision to refer me to a customer service agent, was made by SAS decisioning. That's what we want to show you today. Yes, so the app itself was developed on Microsoft's Power Platform using Power Apps. But what's driving it, what is providing the intelligence behind the process is SAS Intelligent Decisioning. So now I'm going to open SAS Intelligent Decisioning and see how this works. Yeah, so I'm logging into SAS Intelligent Decisioning. You can see I have a whole bunch of decisions for different aspects of this particular online retailer. For example, I have one that's called email sentiment decision. So this one is used when we want to analyze the emails that are sent to us by our customers. If I work for Patico, we want to know if a particular email message is positive, if the sentiment of the message is positive or negative. So we will show you how this decision is used in the workflow by Patico, hypothetically. And we also have, of course, the Merck return decision that we just saw that gave us that referral decision. So this is a pretty complex decision. In this decision, we not only have business rules, we also have quite a few machine learning models. For example, I know it's hard for you to see how, but let me make this bigger. We have a Python model here that we use to analyze the image to tell if the image actually matches the description, right? If it doesn't, then we just basically tell the customer, this is not the right product. This is not the product you actually bought. And we also, I believe, we have an influencer. If I can just find it, we should have an influencer model in here that's developed in SAS Machine Learning Studio. Right here, this is our machine learning model. So this model let us know if our customer is an influencer. We also have a whole bunch of rules that we use and other things we use to determine what's the best strategy to handle this return request. For some customers, we'll just let them go through straight through because they're loyal customers. Sometimes we may want to give them additional discount offers because they're actually great customers. Then the other times, see this refer, we think that there may be a problem with this return request. In that case, we will just ask them to call our agent directly.
Like we saw initially.
Exactly.
Yeah,
this is a decision that was driving that particular request you saw earlier in the demo. Yeah. So now you see how this works on the SAS side. Actually, I do want to show you something else. In SAS decisioning, I said that we also have a email subject sentiment analysis decision. That is this decision. So this is a much simpler decision. Here, we really just want to look at the subject and run this subject through our text analytic model, which was actually developed in Python, and to tell us if the message overall is positive or negative. So these two decisions are then used by the app and the workflow that we develop on the Microsoft Power Platform. And these applications and business process, because they're integrated with our decisions and our analytics, they can be a little bit smarter and more intelligent. Maybe they can treat their customers even better. Okay, so how do we glue these two sides together, right? How do we connect our decisions to the apps and the flows on the Microsoft Power Platform side? And we do that through a connector. This is called SAS Decisioning Connector, and we just recently made this possible. This is now available whenever you go to Microsoft Power Platform. And so what I'm showing you is my entry point to the Microsoft Power Platform, and you can see actually my entry point is Office 365, but I see all these apps I'm entitled to use, and one of them is Power Automate. Yep. So this is the Microsoft product that you can use to develop your business flows as well as your applications. I have done create a few flows here just to show you how you can use these flows together with our connectors. By the way, I also want to show you the connectors. That's actually the first thing I wanted to show you. So the SAS decisioning connector, there you can see there's a lot of connectors. That's because Microsoft provides all these built-in connectors for you to access third-party data providers. And so it's very easy to use the connectors to access multiple data sources and bring them all together to build your applications and workflows. In this case, we want to see what SAS Decisioning Connector can do. So let's, here's our...
So, Jeremy, I have one quick question.
Yeah.
So the SAS Decisioning Connector is actually connecting with the Microsoft Power Automate then. That's like the trigger that you would see on that office.com homepage. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. So this is available in the catalog. Right now, it's only available to premium users. And if you want to learn more about how to use this, really, if you want to go dive deep into the technical level, you can just take a look at the documentation. Pretty detailed documentation on how to connect SAS decisioning through the connector to your Power Platform. But what we want to see is how we can configure this in a Power Flow or a Power App. So let's first show you how you can configure this in a flow. I have a few flows here, right? I think I already showed you this. One of them is to check email subject sentiment. So this connects to that email subject, sentiment, decision that I showed you earlier on the decisioning side. So this is my flow. Let's take a look. Oh, it failed. I wonder why. But sometimes if I don't pay attention to this, don't maintain this, then the flow can fail when it's running. So this flow connects to, you see here, SAS decisioning connector. So this is what glues this flow to the decision that you saw earlier in SAS intelligent decisioning. And specifically, I want to show you how this is configured. So let me go to edit mode. Here you see that basically, again, I want to say this was really easy for me, even someone who was not that experienced with Microsoft Power Platform. It took me less than 20 minutes to do this, really.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, basically they have all these templates you can use. So I chose that when a new email arrives template. And so as soon as the email arrives, what we're doing is, hey, let's connect to SAS decisioning. So this is where you can choose the different decision connectors you can use. I'm connecting to our demo test connector that connects to my decisioning projects. And once I connect that to the decisioning projects, you can see all the projects that are available here. These are the projects or decisions that have been published in our SAS decisioning platform.
Yeah, those are the models then, the different
models,
algorithms.
Yeah, they include both models and decisions, complex decisions, because complex decisions actually assemble multiple models and business rules together into a single module.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the check email sentiment module is simple, right? I think you saw that. It really only contains 2 models in there. But the Merck return service module actually, remember that very complex decision flow? It has a few models and quite a few business rules. Yeah. So you select the module you want to use. And here we're checking email sentiment. So we choose this one. And as soon as you choose this one, then now you can add the arguments to this. And so the connector dynamically inspects what is the input requirement for this module, and then let you configure the different requirement, the required variables for the input. And for this particular flow, we're doing this in a very simple way. We basically, after we evaluate the sentiment, we just we post a message with the sentiment to teams. For example, if you have a Teams channel for your support team who handles customer requests, right? Now they will get a message that will tell them, hey, this customer just emailed us and the sentiment is negative. So be nice to the customer.
That's very helpful. And all of this is automated.
Exactly. So that's the flow. This is very simple. Next, I want to show you the app. We saw the app in the beginning where we use the mobile app to return our purchased products. So how is that app configured? Let's go to the app. You can see my demo apps in here. And the one we saw was Particle version 4. And I'm going to edit this, open this in edit mode.
And I mean, side note, Jeremy, I didn't realize that the Microsoft PowerPoint platform developed, consumer-facing apps like this that I would see on my iPhone, for instance. That's pretty cool,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a portal that you can install on your phone or device, and from that portal you can have any number of apps.
Oh.
Yep. So this page should look quite familiar to us now, right? This was that return form that I had to fill out. And basically, when I clicked on the check button, I got a response from SAS Intelligent Decisioning. So this button is where we configure the connection between this app and the SAS Intelligent Decisioning. And here I click on this, and this is an action. So I can go to the Action tab, and it actually is connected to the connection through Power Automate again. And you can see that we are using SAS Merchandise app. So this is a connection that uses the connector.
Okay, so that little icon triggers that integration.
Yes, this triggers a call to SAS Intelligent Decisioning, which then executes that Merck return decision. Okay, cool. So yeah, exactly. So this is how basically we're able to get a decision when we use this app, when we click this button. So now you see the full circle. Yeah, we start with this app, then we talked about how the decisions are configured on the SAS decisioning side, and then we looked at how this connector, SAS decisioning connector, can be configured in Microsoft Power Platform to drive your business processes, such as the one that evaluates customer sentiment or front-end applications such as this one. So pretty cool, isn't it?
It is. Thanks for showing us this.
My pleasure.
Really impressive, Jeremy.
Thanks.
Really interesting
I
to see,
enjoyed doing it.
something that's as simple as one, return request on an app on my phone triggers such sophisticated analytics on this end. And then I really like how you walked us toward the middle to kind of have an appreciation for the glue and the integration points and the workflow. Really nice design to you and the whole team. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
I do have a couple of questions for you, just beyond the demo to kind of dig deeper in what we have to look forward to. And I'd love to get some insight on other applications for this connector, in other industries, for instance, or across other types of organizations.
Gee, how much time do we have?
Yeah, maybe just pick one or two.
Okay. Well, I think maybe I could try to break this down, all these use cases down into 3 buckets at a high level. I think the first bucket would be those core business operations where our customers are deal with or interact with their customers, and they want to make that process or those processes a little bit more efficient and user friendly. So the core business functions. And the second one would be some of the back office business processes. Think about accounting, recruitment, legal, right? All those processes can be improved with more intelligent decisions. And the third one, I think, the third bucket has to do with DevOps. So we all want to make sure that our analytics can be deployed in a speedy way and also in a controlled and governed fashion. So how do you integrate your governing life cycle for your analytics with your IT infrastructure? So that's another bucket of a lot of use cases in there. I hope that helps.
It does. No, absolutely. The applications are unending, it seems. Tell me, Jeremy, did anything like this exist in some kind of iteration before this latest release of SAS Viya? Like, did you kind of work up to this full functionality, or where were we, a few months back, for instance?
Yeah, I think the decisioning function has always been there, well, has been there for a few years. And many of our customers actually do take advantage of SAS decisioning to make their applications smarter and faster to build. But what this new feature brings to us and to the whole landscape of, you know, intelligent decisioning is the ability to build applications and business processes faster and with ease. Think about it, right? The Microsoft Power Platform is designed for what they call citizen developers. And SAS decisioning platform is designed for citizen data scientists and business analysts. So now joining these two platforms together with this connector, we believe that our customers can build more intelligent and smarter applications and business processes faster and also with less IT dependencies.
Yeah, I can definitely see that more types of people will be able to use it and pick it up. Truly personifying analytics everywhere, right? It's reachable, it's approachable.
Yep.
So, what do we expect in the next few months? What's coming down the pipe with in terms of intelligent decisioning and power connectors and anything you'd like to share with us?
Quite a few things. We're working with the Microsoft Power Platform team to develop a few solution templates to help get our customers started even faster. And I should add, we're also looking to explore some of the other SaaS platform capabilities and expose them through the connector to the Power Platform users. For example, SaaS data management. So to empower more users to have easy access to other SaaS powerful data analytic tools. So a lot of things in the pipeline.
Yep. And all kind of falling into the theme of getting it more accessible to everyone. So we can all be a bit smarter in our everyday processes. Wonderful. Well,
Yep.
that sounds like there's a lot to look forward to, Jeremy. A lot of good stories to cover in months to come. We probably are going to ask you back on the show. So heads up on that if you're okay with joining us again and sharing with us
Absolutely.
what's new.
I'd
So,
love to.
okay, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, so this was just a taste of the latest SAS Viya release updates, but I bet you want to know more. So there's a couple ways to do that. Number one, you can register for a whole slew of webcasts that just came out last week, and it's bundled into an event called Travel to Faster Trusted Decisions in the Cloud. And this event showcases lots of SAS representatives, including CEO Dr. Goodnight. Some key influencers are there, analysts and partners, all talking about what the latest trends are in AI and the cloud and what the latest updates are on SAS Viya. So you can register for that right now and get more info. You can also check out the links below if you're watching on the YouTube channel, in the description box. There's links to documentation, to training, to communities to talk about what's new with SAS Viya and tell us what you think and interact with SAS and your fellow practitioners. So be sure to check out that and tune in for the next SAS Viya release highlight show in March. Best way to find out when that's going to be is to subscribe to the SAS Users YouTube channel. And bonus there, you will get some tips and tricks weekly tips and tricks. So be sure to subscribe, get in the know, and we can't wait to see you back here in March. Until next time, bye.